Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra-bhashya-krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah-punah Sruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-pada Shankaram Loka-shankaram. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Hari Om. We are in the 5th verse of Sadhana Panchakam. We saw so far Ekante Sukhamasyatam Paratare Chetas Samadhiyatam Purnatma Susamikshatam Jagadidam Tad Bhaditam Drushyatam. These four actually are in sequence. An advanced spiritual seeker likes to spend time in solitude and contemplation. So, ekante sukhamasyata, in solitude. And what does he do? He fixes his mind on Supreme. Paratare chetas samadhiyata. He spends time in contemplating on Brahman. And then he sees the whole thing is his Atman as Purnatma. The one truth, he starts experiencing it or seeing it. Jagadidam tad bhaditam drushyata. What about this world? It's only projection of the infinite self, of my own self, or whatever you call. The Jagat is projection, projected, not real. So when I reach that state of understanding, then the big question is how a man of a deep spirituality, how does he handle his own karmas? He is now awakened to the truth. He is really established in truth. He is doing nididhyasana properly. So he started living with that awareness that Brahmasmiti vibhavjatam. I am that Brahman. He started living in that awareness. Then what is to be done now with the karmas? So that's what he said in the next 4 points. So, Prak karma pravilapyatam chitibalat napyuttarai slishyatam. Then prarabdham tviha bujjatam atapara brahmatmana stiyatam. So we see in this class 2 more points. Prak karma pravilapyatam. So now, what about karmas? We have three types of karma. Karmas are divided. One is, we say, sanchita karma, stored impressions. So much of bank is available. Bank, huge deposits of karmas are there. All of us. Those deposits are all in a huge quantity. All types of karmas are there. They are all in the form of seeds, but presently they are locked. So we cannot access them. What kind of sanchita karma? The stored past impressions, locked, not released. They are not released and then started disturbing us right now. They are all stored. They cannot be intervened right now. They are called quarantined in computer language, quarantined. Not available for right now. They are there, but we don't know what kind of karmas are stored in them. Sanchita karma. Now, out of that sanchita karma, before the birth of, every incarnation, a portion of it is taken out. There are many factors which determine what kind of karmas are to be manifested in that particular life. Many factors are there. We will not go into that. But remember, this is decided by Ishvara, that which is good for the Jiva. And Jiva also, individual also feels certain urgent and compulsions that the Jiva feels, I should exhaust these karmas in this ensuing or forthcoming incarnation. Before taking incarnation, he will have that urge, deep urge. But I must clear this. These are very urgent, compelling, bothering vasanas are karma, sanchita karma. Sanchita karma means stored karma. So out of that karma, some things are taken. How he may live 80 years, 70 years, 90 years, whatever time. So some portion of that is brought out for that life, and that is called prarabdha karma. Arabdha means started. So some karmas started giving the results. That's called prarabdha karma. Out of the sanchita portion only, a small portion is taken out. It's called prarabdha. But now in this life, I am doing many karmas, fresh karmas. So the results of those karmas will manifest in future. It is called agami, bhavishya, future. So thus all of us are having one stored sanchita karma. Out of that, a portion is manifested in this life, prarabdha karma. And while living in this life, I am creating fresh karmas, which I have to go through some time in future. Some karmas I go through in this life only. Some agami karma, phalam, the fruits, I will go through in this life only. Something apatyam, that which is not suitable to us, we have taken food. The effect will be seen in a day. We don't have to take another birth for that. But certain karmas are there, certain good or bad, punya karma or papa karma. The result of it has to be experienced either in other world, swargadi, or in other life. So they are called agami karmas. So agami means what? At the time of death, all these things are also joint sanchita karma only. From that again, the future life is decided. This is the thing. Right? So while living also, we are adding fresh karmas. So this is our problem, that we have a lot of stored karmas. Something came out of it, very small portion prarabdha. And while living this life, I am adding many more, which I have to again experience in future. They are called agami, which are done in this life. They are called agami karma, which will give us results either in next life or other loka. They are called agami. Now, here Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, Prak karma pravilapyatam. See, beautiful thing. Prak karma pravilapyatam. Pravilapana means what? Dissolving, destroying, dissolving, melting. So he says, Prak karma pravilapyatam. All the past karma has to be dissolved. Here Chitibalat, some people attached the Chitibalat with Prak Karma Pravilapyatam. And some commentators has used that Chitibalat along with Api Uttarai Srishyatam with that. But we can go with this two-way, we can discuss about it. So, one is Prak Karma Pravilapyatam. First is, what does he say? Dissolve. Dissolve what? Dissolve all the past karmas, sanchita karma. Conquer the effects of the deeds, that is sanchita karma, done in the earlier lives. This is to be done. How do we dissolve the past? So past we cannot correct them. Already we have done some actions. The results are in store. We have created certain karmas. The results surely will come out. We cannot do anything about it. So, but how do we dissolve them? So, one is by knowledge. So, first of all, what do you mean by sanchita karma past? Stored karmas we saw. How do we dissolve them? In this life also, let me say another thing. We have a lot of memories of the past which disturb us. So some sanchita karmas I am aware. In the sense what? I am aware of the past bad actions done by me in this life. That also added, it's like I have to experience the results of them in future. So here he says, very beautifully says, that by right thinking in the present, by doing right kind of actions in the present. So in this life, what should we do? We should continuously keep on doing good activities, engaging ourselves in noble activities with the help of that knowledge. I need not know, but I can know, at least I can infer what kind of karma I must have done, because of the kind of experiences I am going through in this life. Negative, mostly negative, impacting me, and positive also, but both are to be dissolved. So, by constantly living in the present, the past, memories of the past of this life, which forms ego, and sanchita karma, and all that can be roasted where? On the seat of meditation. So, when I am living, two things. In our life, this life, I am spending time in doing good activities, good karma, plus karma yoga, upasana, and little meditations every day, and living a noble life with compassion, kindness. And thus, when I practice, because of these good actions that I perform, that sanchita karma can be dissolved. We need not manifest them. The moment we awaken to the truth, sanchita gets burnt. So all that can be dropped by igniting the higher knowledge in me. So by the strength of knowledge, Chitibalat, if you can add this, we can add Chitibalat to other bit also. So Prak Karma Pravilapitam Chitibalat. Chitibalat Napyatra Sistatam, both, if you can say. on the strength of this wisdom and knowledge, the whole sanchita can be erased or dissolved. Beautiful thing. By that tapasya. As Swami Chidrupananda would say, Pujya Gurudev, in the white heat of meditation, the entire past gets, the vasanas get roasted, and the roasted seeds doesn't germinate. And moreover, when I am awakened in the knowledge, the ego is dissolved. So to whom does they belong to? Sanchita karma, entire past karmas, locked in state of that past karmas, not yet released. They should belong to somebody, no? They belong to Jiva. But Jiva is ego, ahankari. That ahankara is dissolved. Then whom do they belong to? Think. When the subject is died, the case is closed. The accused or whatever it is, the person died. Where is the case then? Case is closed. Similarly, this prakarma pravilapyata. In this life also, we should not be more worried of our past, of this life, because the past memories disturb us, keep on disturbing us. In this life, I have done many wrongs, I have done that, I have done that. So then what is happening? So our ego is composed of certain past, and one portion of ego jumping into the future. One portion of ego is roasted or suffering in the present. Sufferers have been influenced by the present, suffering in the present, both. And some portion of ego is influenced by the past. The past is, so Sanchita is influencing the ego. Agami also is influencing what we are living in terms of future expectations, etc. Future also is influencing, and the present also. So the ego is made up of like bundle, and mostly past. What are we today? The product of our past. So from the ego, all the thoughts of the past are removed. What remains? If all these twigs or sticks in a wooden stick bundle, and all the sticks are removed, there is no bundle there. So ego is a amalgamation or mixture of the entire past. So if everything is dissolved, there is no ego. So Sanchita karma gets dissolved. So that's how the Sanchita is dissolved by the man of wisdom. So prak karma pravilapyatam. Think about it. So stop brooding over the past. Prak karma pravilapyatam. Sanchita is gone. Now what remains is agami karma. What about agami? Na api chitibalat, na api uttarais lishyatam. And may you not be affected by or tainted by the agami karma. May you not get tainted by agami karma. Agami means what? See now, future. So whatever I do right now, the results of it will come in future. Right? Future means some actions we can give the result after 1 hour, after 15 minutes, whatever it is. Many karmas give us next life or another world, but in future. Right? What is karma and kriya? See, an action with a sense of doership. That is an action done with a kartrutva bhava, sense of doership. That becomes karma and it sticks to me. It binds me. Why? There is a sense of doership. So whatever karma I am doing, meaning what? There is a sense of doership. So kartrutva bhava is there. When kartrutva bhava is brought in, then there is a phalam. The phalam will come in future. So if I can perform an action without the ego, then that action is no more a karma, it is a kriya without a doership. It doesn't bind. Whom? The doer. Why? There is no ego. There is no sense of doership. So in the case of a Mahatma, there is no ego, already dissolved. Ego is a Sanchita is influencing. The present also influenced by influencing the ego. So ego is drawn from all these things and becomes an ego. So one portion, the Sanchita portion of ego is dissolved already. Rak karma pravilapyatam. And our strength of knowledge and wisdom and living without ego and egocentric desires, there is no karta is born, and therefore actions are being done, but the result is not owning. Why? There is no doership. So it is not a karma, it is done as a kriya, and whatever the result comes, he is not bothered with it. The results will go into universal grid, as Mahatma said. Mahatma said it goes into all the punya karma, that because a man of wisdom will do only punya karma and not the papa karma. So all that good that a man of wisdom does, the entire good karma, he doesn't want to claim as the results of them. Why? There is no doership. He doesn't want it. He is rooted in wisdom and knowledge. So all the karma phalas, where will they go? They go into universal grid of the punya. And Ishvara will use them. Mahatma said Ishvara will use that punya karma for samashti. I don't need it. So somebody will use it as a hundi, like hundi. Like a beautiful thing. And who is the karta? Ahankar vimudhatma karta hamit manyate. Prakriti kriyamana gunai karmani sarvasha. Actually, Prakriti is doing, but the one who is tainted by ego, he says, I am the doer. Then the karma phala bhoga he has to go through. Then he is caught up there. So tattvavittu mahabaho guna karma vibhagayoho gunaha guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. It's okay. This is the actions are going on. Sense objects are there. Sense organs are there. A kriya is going on. But I am not attached to them. There is no ego. So therefore, I don't get influenced, or I will not have any agami karma. Future births, future karmas are also cut off. Think. So that's why I said, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhane, na tyage, naike, amrtatvamanashuho. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhane, na tyage, naike, amrtatvamanashuho. Na karmana, not by doing karma. Na prajaya, not by progeny. Progeny means any type of continuity that I anticipate. In terms of children, progeny. It's a putreshana, vitteshana, lokeshana. Yeshanatraya sannyasa. 3 types of prominent desires. All desires can be brought under only 3. Putreshana, vitteshana, lokeshana. Vitteshana, desire for wealth. Lokeshana is desire for name, recognition, prestige, samman, to be somebody in society, to get someone, a name and fame in the world. I want to be known. So that's called Vitteshana, location. Putreshana, progeny. I must have my santana to continue it. Or any kind of progeny that, my work should be continued by my juniors, by my followers. Legacy should continue. It should not be stopped. A Mahatma was asked that, Mahatma ji, you have so many disciples and such a huge ashram, big ashram you have. What if your disciples and devotees don't want to continue your legacy, your preachings or your routine, that what you have set? Suppose they don't want to continue. Your couple of disciples are, they don't want to continue. They don't want this to continue after your death. What will you do? Then, Mahatma, why should I worry after I leave the body? It is meant for society. If the society decides that it should be converted into a bar and restaurant, I don't mind, he said. I am not attached to it. I don't have a desire that I must be remembered. That also is a bondage. It's called a progeny type, continuity. So, nakarmana prajaya dhanena tyage naike. Tyaga means what here? Completely giving up the ahankar. Tyage naike amrtatvama nashuhu. See? So, this doership has to be given up. Therefore, there is no doer. When there is no doer inside, no agami karma. Gurudev would say in that beautiful chart, some of you know, that body, mind, intellect, perceiver, feeler, thinker, objects, emotions, and thought. And above that, we, and above we, Om. We is Om, Vasanas, Om is Supreme Brahman. You can Google it out. BMI chart of Swami Chinmaya. The body, mind, intellect, perceiver, feeler, thinker, objects, emotions, and thoughts, and Vasanas. Beautiful. So more Vasanas are there. They create desires in the buddhi. More desires. More desires in the buddhi, meaning more agitations in the mind. More mind gets disturbed because more desires are there in the buddhi. Always wants, buddhi prompts, desires are generated. Ideas, I have notions, I want that, I want this. So that will prompt my mind to go into agitation mode. So many agitations are created. Mind becomes restless. So many desires are there. Desires, bullets of desires shot by the intellect. And the mind gets agitated. So many desires, one after one. Even I am not fulfilled, one first desire, second desire, third desire. Continuously desires are generated. Because of this high mind agitations of the mind, very high volatile. And what the mind do? Mind prompts the sense organs. Through sense organs, it gets engaged in performing various actions. So more the vasanas, that is desire, the seeds, more the desires in the intellect, more the desire, avidya, vasana, avidya, maya. So more the seeds, more the desire, more agitations, more actions. Then you would say less vasanas, less desires, less agitations, less actions. Minimum vasanas, minimum desires, minimum agitations, minimum actions. Then you will continue to explain to us like that. Then you say no vasanas, then you stop there. Then no desires, correct. No agitations, yes. No actions, no, he says. No selfish actions remain. Because none of us can remain without action even for a second. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krita. We can't remain without action for a moment also. So, when all the selfish desires are given up, the Mahatma lives. Vasantavat loka charanta, loka hitam charanta. Vivek Swami comes that, like, they just go on blessing the world wherever they go. They become great blessing to the world. They have nothing to gain from the world. They have no desires. Of selfish desires are not there. Vasantavalloka hitam charantaha. Something like that. So therefore, agami karma is given up. So uttaraihi means agami. Uttaraihi slishyatam. So beautiful thing. So uttaraihi slishyatam. May you not get tainted by this future karma. Karma phalas. So may you not get slishyatam, may you not get tainted. Why? There is no ego inside. One example I'll give you, so beautiful example it is. In olden days, that is before the digital cameras, we used to have that film cameras. So you load the film, the reel, and go on clicking. And 33, 34, 36 sometimes, that only photograph. If the reel is over, then you have to change the reel. The number will come 34. So you know. Suppose the reel is not loaded. Battery is there for flash. And you are seeing the beautiful scenery or a group standing there. You want to take photograph. Film is not loaded. A flash is there. So in the night or whatever, in the evening time, flash is required. Flash also is there. So flash is working. The click sound also is coming. You are able to see what is to be clicked to the lens. Action is done. Nothing is registered inside. Why? There is no film called ego. Similarly, when there is no film called ego in us, when there is no film, nothing gets registered. So when ego is not there, action can go on. Nothing gets tainted inside. Why? There is no substance to register this. So beautiful thing. So when I am living in that sense of, working without doership, all the future also is. The only technique is what? Therefore, after the action or during the action or before the action, the ego has to be given up. Oh Paramatma, I am able to start this karma for your benefit, for loka sangrahame vapi samparshan kartum arhasi. It is for the welfare of the world I am doing this work. As ordered by my guru or you, as by Shastras, I am doing it. Offering before. While doing the karma, I am always remembering it is a Paramatma who is making me do this. Instruments, the body, mind, intellect, the desire, the energy, everything is provided to me by the Lord. So it is all His grace. And after the karma, we must say, after puja we say, etat sarvam phalam, Sri Krishna arpanamastu, Shiva arpanamastu, like that. Similarly, we offer everything to the Lord after the karma. Once we do this, when there is no ahankara inside, ahankara will not be there. So we are liberated from the future karmas, karma phalas. So sanchitam is exhausted, dissolved in the wisdom, in the deep meditations. We can really roast them all on the white heat of meditation, as Gurudev calls it. They get roasted. Future is not there because of there is no sense of ego in me. So this Mahatma, like that, sanchita karma and agami karma, no more creates any impact on him. Then what is left now? Prarabdha karma left. That we will see in the next class. Last class it will be in Sadhana Panchakam. That will be 39 and 40th values. So far we saw 38 pointers, 38 instructions to spiritual seekers, or 38 values for spiritual seekers, exclusively spiritual seekers. so that we can proceed on the path of spirituality and towards our own enlightenment. So last class we will see next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnmudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you all. Hari Om.